Okay, let's do it.
Come on, show the movie!
What up? It's Tokyo 2 glasses, one half of your duo.
It serves one pair of glasses.
That's right. Look at that. Now you see him. Now you don't.
Speaking of this game, third movie's coming out soon with that franchise.
Oh, the Now You See Me franchise?
Yep.
Never watched any of them.
This is recent. Anyway, the point is, we are the Cinema
Maniacs!
What up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here to discuss the season 3 Reach of Reacher.
That's right. We are going to be talking about the last. Well,
no, we'll talk about the whole season. Right?
Yeah, basically the whole season because we only reviewed the first one.
First episode of season 3.
Yeah, the first episode of season 3. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my first time actually watching Reacher overall.
Yeah. Overall thoughts, man. Let us know. What did you think of it, Serge?
I was impressed. I was very impressed.
I told you.
Like I like Reacher for what he can do, but as a person, he is kind of an asshole. But I think only because he's like no nonsense. That's because as soon as possible stuff.
He has that Asperger shit going on. Like he has that like socially awkward.
No, I ain't awkward. He's like socially blunt. He knows how to act correctly when the time calls for it, but he just doesn't want to.
Okay, I guess that, but it's like that Batman, so Sherlock Holmes type thing, where it's just like, his brain is wired for when it comes to like investigative stuff, but when it comes to like personal interaction, like he's kind of withdrawn. Yeah, he's an asshole. Like, he's withdrawn. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, he's a badass of a character, and he's one big dude. However,
there's always a bigger fish.
However, this season, yeah, as you've seen the trailers, there is someone always bigger than you. You know what I'm saying?
They call him Paulie. For whatever reason.
I know. The most threatening guy in that series, well, actually not the most threatening guy, but like one of the most threatening guys in the series has one of the most Italian names for a non-Italian character ever. Italian.
He's played by Oliver Richters. Right?
Yeah.
He is 7 foot 2 inches.
I'm just gonna call him 7'2" or Paulie. You know what I'm saying? Whichever I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Dude, they teased that fight the whole season, and we were here for it.
Let me tell you right now. The fight between Ali and Jack.
No, that's the end. Let's get there at the end, all right? We'll talk about it at the end.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just say, like you've seen like the foreshadowing, but I'm gonna just say the fight with that.
Yeah. So first, we see. First of all, he staged that whole accident to get Richard, right?
Right. Yeah. So basically, okay. So the overview of this is that Jack Reacher is trying to. He's on a revenge quest.
No, revenge quest rescue mission. He's got
but I'm saying before it became a rescue mission, it was a revenge quest.
No, it was a rescue mission first.
No, because
he didn't. He know about Quinto. Oh, you're right.
He did because he was looking. So the character that Jack is looking for is a guy named Quinn. You know what I'm saying? Who goes by the name of Julius McCabe. The reason being is Julius McCabe and Quinn. Quinn and Jack Reacher, they have history. They used to be military guys, right?
Yeah.
But Quinn became corrupt.
Oh yeah, sold state secrets to the Eagle.
Right.
And then when him and Reacher were Reacher and his protege.
Dominique. Yeah, Reacher had a protege named Dominique. So for any Reacher fans, Neely, right? You know what I'm saying? So basically,
that was before.
Yeah, that was before Neely. So she was a pre-Neely. You know what I'm saying? So Dominique was the protege to what's his name? To Jack. But she, you know what I'm saying? She
went up against Quinn by herself, unfortunately.
She snooped around a little too much, and Quinn caught wind of that, ended up torturing her and killing her. And Jack, thought he killed Quinn, but apparently no. The dude survived.
It was plot armor. It was just plot. You can't.
Yeah.
You can take a small bullet to the brain and only survive.
People have survived bullets.
Yeah, this whole situation, he only survived. It was a bad shot, small bullet, and he hit the cold waters.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, the dude's not dead.
But he had amnesia.
Yeah, he had amnesia, so he didn't remember he didn't remember the life book that he had before. Well, except the fact that he was a criminal. Oh, he remembered that real well.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and then he changed his name from Quinn to Julius McCabe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Before that though, so what he did though, basically he staged a kidnapping. Quinn did for his rich guy's son, right?
Yeah. So
he basically took over the entire rich family by himself and their company to export guns to Russian mafia.
Right. So what Serge is saying is that this is where the rescue thing comes in now. Yeah. Because now while on a mission to kill Quinn, Reacher comes entangled with this millionaire this millionaire's son. You know what I'm saying? Who he has to basically protect, because basically while on his mission to stop Quinn, he basically runs into this millionaire who basically does some
Zachary
shady,
Beck.
Yeah, Zachary Beck, who does some shady dealings, right? And his son from previous dealings has gotten in the crosshairs or whatever
Richard Beck.
Yeah, Richard Beck. And because of that, he lost one ear. You know what I'm saying? So Jack encounters him or whatever like that, right? And there's these drug dealers that try to take Richard's life. However, we find out that was all part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? It was all staged. Now, Richard doesn't know about it, but Jack and these FBI agents, Duffy, the Spanish dude, and then that young guy in their squad. You know
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, not able to make it out.
Yeah.
His name was
I have no idea.
Guillermo. I'm sorry, that's a very
no.
Spanish
That's the Spanish dude.
Exactly.
I'm talking about the young dude that was on their team.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, unfortunately, he's.
Wait.
Should I spoil it or not yet?
No, not yet. But so basically, these FBI agents basically tell they what was it? They formed an alliance with Reacher because they both have mutual interests. Reacher tries to kill Quinn, right? And the only way to get to Quinn is to infiltrate the business that Quinn has taken over from the shady businessman, right? And the way to do it is to basically pretend like he's a bodyguard for the shady businessman's son. You know what I'm saying? And so you basically, as the series unfolds, you see Reacher
get deeper into it.
Yeah, deeper and deeper. And Serge hasn't seen the first two, but if he watched the first two and everything like that, like in this series, these are some of the most shadiest people he's ever.
Yeah, dude. Because Quinn, he hires low life. He hires people who are kicked out of the military.
Yeah, no, not even just. Well, yeah, they're low lives in terms of just they're criminals, but these are really, really dangerous people.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like I said, we're talking about ex-military, like people.
No, they were kicked out of the military for one reason or another.
Okay, well,
sexual assault.
I mean, but that's still ex-military.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Ex-military, like these guys have done black ops shit. Like these guys are like, if you were like one of them like generals that was doing a debriefing, whatever like that, you have a file that says like classified, and it has like the red tape on it. Yeah, those guys are in those files. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like the baddest of the baddest. And Jack has to basically pretend like he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? In order to get to Quinn.
Yeah, he takes out anyone who might get in his way. Remember, he killed Angel Doll.
Yes. Well, okay. So and it's a lot. So basically, like, and what I love about this series is that while yes, they have this plan to basically stop, they have this plan to infiltrate and everything like that. There's a lot of things that don't go as planned. You know what I'm saying? They basically have to like improvise and think on their feet.
Yeah, also here's the thing too. Because people end up dying, like a federal agent dies, the young kid.
Yeah.
They actually are breaking the law doing this mission. Reacher and the FBI guys.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, because we well, actually, you know what? Because I feel like I'm jumping ahead a little too bit. We'll probably start with the fact that like I said, Reacher, he has they basically like infiltrated this business, and he's in this world, full of these shady guys, and not everything goes as planned. You know what I'm saying? Like things like when things go wrong, they have to think of their feet. Um, One of the first things that doesn't go to plan is one of their agents, one of the federal agents that Reacher works with, is a young man. He ends up getting killed by one of the security guards that was initially watching Richard before Reacher intercepted and basically had him take over and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
He basically was kidnapped like half the season.
Yeah, he was kidnapped by half the season, and basically like the security and look, not for lack of trying, like this security guy. I'm sorry, the young federal agent, like he didn't budge. He wasn't easy to budge, but eventually he caved in, and that ended up being his demise.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah, which was sad because like the female agent Duffy,
yeah, Susan Duffy,
yeah, who's basically another love interest for
Reacher.
Yeah, for Reacher.
I'm guessing he doesn't really settle down type.
No, he's a hobo. He's a homeless detective, basically. You know what I'm saying? But she was very mean. When even though she loved the kid, you know what I'm saying, she was hard on him and everything like that. And then when the federal agent dies, you know what I'm saying, like she feels guilty because it's like, damn, like the dude was a good kid, and
he was my responsibility, basically.
Yeah, basically the whole operation that she's doing, like Serge said, is illegal. So anything that goes wrong, it falls on her. You know what I'm saying? Like she takes the one. I mean, yes, everybody agreed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because with her mission is also not just because, and I liked how like they showed a more personal take. Like I feel like this season, I don't know if it's better than season 2 because I'm still deciding. But you know what I'm saying? In terms of like just like really like just having some really like personal and touching moments, like I don't know, like I feel like this season may have the most heart in it. You know what I'm saying? But the last season had him going with his old teammates, which was also nice to see too. But I feel like this one had a little bit more, just a little bit more personal moments, you know. But again, I'm not. It's still deciding on whether I think that season 3 is better than season 2. It's too early to decide. I just know that I like the fact that as the series as good TV does, as episodes unfold, you get to learn more of what the motivations of the characters are. So with Susan Duffy, her motivation isn't just okay, I gotta stop Quinn, and his illegal dealings. It's also there's a confidential informant that she had, right?
Yeah, Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa, that she basically, you know what I'm saying, like she feels responsible for because again, this person was, I guess, off the books as well, right? Like this person was off the books and she got captured and stuff. So she feels like it's her personal responsibility to get that female back. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, these people that they're entangled with are very, very dangerous people. You know?
All right, again, he's on his own. Here's the thing. Richard's a big guy, right? He knows how to fight, kill, use weapons, but he's only one guy.
Yeah, no. I mean, no. I mean, look. Reacher. I feel like. I honestly. No, I'm gonna say it. I feel like this season may be the best because this is the most I've ever seen Reacher vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's no real backup, no real like SOS.
Yeah, because basically it's just like him, like his small team against these bigger guns. You know what I'm saying? And Quinn, I think the actor's name is Brian T. Great villain, a psychopath, crazy.
Oh,
crazy.
definitely, yeah, you can tell.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this dude is very ruthless. He was responsible, for basically having Richard's ear. I mean, I mentioned it earlier, but he was responsible for having Richard's ear cut off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then he would cut off Zach's ear next, the father.
Yeah, he did. That was a little bit later. But yeah, no. So he did all that, and like they really like in terms of like villainy, he definitely is like one of the best villains that they've had. Like they've had some good villains, but I feel like he's definitely number one on the villain list because he's not only cold and ruthless, but he's intelligent too. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh wow. But like he's also intelligent too. So it's not like he doesn't know. He's a guy that's like he plans 10 steps ahead. And that's why it's so hard for Reacher. Like when they make a mistake and everything like that. Like it's like Quinn. You know what? I won't even say 10 steps ahead, but it's more like when Quinn gets wind of like something's off or whatever like that, like because of his paranoia, he tightens up even more.
He works if he's apparently he did this before for another family, another rich family.
Yeah,
he killed them all, the kids included, then skipped town with the money.
Yeah, so he has a pattern of doing this.
Yeah,
and my thing is that
it's
like
scary how like easy it all is. Like you can't have one kid, the whole family's at your
yeah,
mercy.
but also like because think about it, like he goes for people that he knows are gonna just like
Fold.
Yeah, fold. Like Zachary Beck, the father. You know what I'm saying? That's why in the trailer it seems like okay, like this dude is the head honcho, but it turns out no, this dude's just a lackey. You know what I'm saying?
He's just like he's just a means to an end. He's the
money. Yeah, exactly. He's just a means into an end. He's expendable.
Yeah.
So because when this is all over, I mean, spoiler alert. Yeah, the dude dies. But
he dies saving his son. That's
he dies saving his son. But like the thing is, they basically foreshadowed the fact that yeah, he's not gonna make it out of this.
No.
Because he's dealing with somebody that is is a literal psychopath. You know what I'm saying? Anything that anything in his way that is a disturbance, he kills them. Unless it's beneficial. Unless it's beneficial to him, he'll keep them alive. But afterwards,
you're a loose end.
Yeah, you're a loose end. You don't want no loose ends. And I think that's the thing I wanted to say. Like, it's not even that he's 10 steps ahead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the dude is smart in. Sorry, the dude is smart in basically having in taking over the dude's taking over the dad's operation.
Yeah, he's a carpet guy, exotic carpets.
Yeah. So he was smart to take over his operation, all that type of stuff. But like I said, it's not like he's 10 steps ahead, but he's more like he makes sure there's no loose ends. Once he catches wind of some shit, whatever, he will do immediately what he can do to erase that immediately. Like it's because he's like, I'm not having anything tied back to me whatsoever. And I feel like this season really had, especially Jack. You see Jack like really have his back up against the wall.
Yeah, because I think it's the first time he ever went against someone who is basically.
Well, it's not. I mean, clearly yes, Paulie, like because that's the big selling point. But I feel like just Quinn's whole empire, like it, they like I said, their plan wasn't foolproof. They literally had to improvise a lot of the stuff that they did because once they would get close, something else would come up and be like, oh shit, this person just found out. Like when you mentioned Angel Doll, right? Angel Doll is one of Quinn's lackeys, right? And Angel Doll, he's been in the crime business for a while, so he sniffed that something was wrong, and Jack just had to kill him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. Jack in this one, he be killing like a motherfucker. Like he kills, but this one, like
I feel like he killed with no remorse, no hesitation.
No, but that's the thing. Like Jack, he kills people, but in this one though, like his body count, this is the highest body count he's ever racked up. Like if you watch the previous 2 seasons and then watch this one, you see that his body count rises up. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's dealing with dangerous people, whatever like that, but but because he's dealing with dangerous people, once they catch wind of some shit, it's like no, you're done. Like I can't. It's over with. Like you can't survive because I can't have you mess up my goal in killing Quinn. Like one thing we know about Reacher is he's focused. He's focused. He has to get to Quinn. You know what I'm saying? He has to get to Quinn, no matter what the cost is. You know what I'm saying? He has to kill this dude.
Yeah. But so that all builds up over time. Each episode, he gets closer. He gets closer to find out who's there, how he can take down his operation. Because apparently the operation was to sell the guns to Russian cells in the United States so they can like commit acts of terrorism.
And you know what? I kind of liked how Quinn in the end. You know who he kind of reminded me of. I don't know if you've seen Die Hard.
Yeah.
You know Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
So basically, he's kind of like Hans Gruber, where yeah, sure, he's a threat and everything like that. But then you realize that no, there are other powerful people at play.
Yeah, the Russian guy he owed money to.
Yeah, so
he had to answer someone else too. So
yeah, so Hans Gruber, he had people to answer to in the first one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, actually, no. He just wanted some diamonds. But basically, what I'm saying is, he basically like, because once you peel back the layers, he's no more than just a middleman. You know what I'm saying? Like Hans Gruber, you think he's this terrorist dude, and by all means, he is very threatening and he means what he says, but he's just a common thug. You know what I'm saying? And this one, Quinn is no more than just a middleman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's threatening though. Don't underestimate him. You know what I'm saying? Don't underestimate him. But he's no more than just a middleman, which I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like I think it kind of makes Quinn even more relatable and everything like that. Like you kind of see that. I mean, even though he's a psychopath and I don't have any sympathy, or whatever, but you can understand the desperation and why he just like I got to, like I can't what was it like I can't
fail.
Yeah, I can't fail because these guys are gonna come to my head. So I have to be like he's already ruthless, but he has to be even more ruthless because he has people on his trail.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And this all culminates to the finale. Basically, Reacher and his FBI. FBI friends. 3 guys, 3 people have to storm the compound to get them all done.
Yeah.
Rescue Teresa and stop Quinn, or kill Quinn in Reacher's case.
Yeah,
and of course we start off with Reacher versus Paulie.
Reacher versus look, like I said before, the hype between that fight is advertised.
They hyped it the whole season.
They hyped it the whole season, and
took 3 goddamn rounds.
And boy, did that deliver. Paulie, I don't think he's human. I legitimately think he was from a different planet because the things. I mean, he's a big dude.
7'2". Reacher's like what, 6'4"?
Yeah, like 6'4", 6'3".
Yeah.
But the thing is, and so like we expect him to like eat Reacher's punches and all that type of stuff. We know that, but there were things where I'm just like a normal human would not survive that. Okay. You sir are something else. You know what I'm saying? He survived getting drowned. I thought he was good as dead after that, but when I saw him stumbling out the bushes, I said, "Oh my God, this dude is really the boogeyman." This dude is literally like Michael Myers. You know what I'm saying?
No, round 1, Paulie won.
You know,
he was hanging Reacher with a crane chain.
Easily, Paulie won that one. Like, but like Reacher said, he knows that Paulie's stronger than him, but Reacher's smarter.
Yeah, even then it took a while to actually get.
It took a while because they were just going fist. It was just an all-out brawl, and Reacher realized this dude is hard to kill. Like punches that Reacher usually throws that would incapacitate a man easily. Paulie just ate it like it was nothing.
Yeah, it's like he punched almost took his head off.
Yeah, Reacher. Like I swear to God, there's like a great scene where like they're basically doing another dick measuring contest, right? And he punches Paulie. Paulie just takes it, and then Paulie with one swing hits Reacher in the jaw, and Reacher's literally staring at his whole life. Like he's rethinking about his whole life decisions. Like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Is this how I feel? Is this how I feel when I punch that?
Exactly. Reacher had that moment. Like, damn. So this how it feels. Like he literally was like, what the hell?
In the end, he got Reacher killed. He killed him with like a bullet, like a.
Yeah,
it was like a bullet explosion, basically.
He I think he took like one of the bullets out
and jammed the wrong way. And so when Paulie tried to shoot him with a gun,
right,
he got shot and right in the neck.
But yeah, but my thing is, in terms of physical match, my boy Reacher gets ragged on. But I like that though because it's again.
There's always a better.
Because I ain't gonna lie. It was kind of getting to a point where I'm just like, all right, so is this dude Reacher like? Is he just like
Superman?
Yeah, is he Superman? Like, because it just seems like, damn near nobody's really a challenge for him fighting wise. Like, I'm not saying that he doesn't get hurt or anything like that, but it's just like his opponents aren't really like that much of a challenge, you know. Like even when people jump him, he still comes out on top. But this one, he didn't really come out on top at all. You know what I'm saying?
He had to outlast him and outsmart him.
Yeah, he had to really use his smarts, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like if Reacher and when he got and when Paulie put that crane around his neck, I said somebody not named Richard would have died.
Yep,
Easily died. It would have been over with. It would have been over with. Like Paulie is a force of nature, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like Paulie was a great physical force. You know what I'm saying? And then
Quinn was the like a personal force.
yeah, the personal force. Yeah, like somebody that just like that really got under your skin type shit. You know?
You want him to die. We all want him to die.
Yeah. But like I said, like I think I like this season more because we really saw Jack in a vulnerable state.
He has never been more like on his own. Really.
Yeah, well, well, I won't say on his own, but this time it showed you that okay, even Jack, like, because like he's had help like throughout all the seasons, but this one, this is where I was just like, okay, I knew Jack was going to survive, but the other people I wasn't sure about.
Yeah, because what was that? The Spanish man. He kept saying, "Oh, this is my last."
Yeah, I thought the Spanish agent. I thought the old FBI agent guy, the Spanish one, he was gonna die.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because usually when they have characters like, oh, I'm on my retirement, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is my last mission before I can just go home with my wife or whatever.
I thought he was gonna die and be like, yo, tell my wife that I love her or whatever. But I think
sorry.
they didn't do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, because once they killed that young FBI agent, I was like, oh
yeah, that was.
You know what I'm saying?
And burned too.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought maybe shit. There were points where I thought, who knows? Maybe Duffy could. Oh, actually, no. I didn't think Duffy was gonna die.
Yeah, but Duffy.
But I didn't think Duffy was gonna die. But I did. There was a lot of stakes and everything like that. Where, they do have like twists and turns where I'm just like, oh shit, like certain people, I'm not sure if they're gonna make it. You know. I thought Richard might die at some point.
No, yeah, Richard, he was innocent in all this, so he wasn't really arrested for anything. So he just got all the money. But finish. Okay. Richard, yeah, the son after everything he was in like held hostage for years basically, at his own house. He got money, got a car, and he just left. He did a Richard. He's on his own now.
I thought that he was but that's the thing. I thought because he was innocent, he might get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, I knew his father Zach was gonna die.
No, I knew his they had that fate that his father was gonna die and everything. But although there was some part of me that was like, well, he might just get arrested or whatever, and then maybe Richard might die. Cause I don't know, this series kind of pulled a lot of twists and turns, where it was just like, damn, like like when they killed that French lady.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
Who was a maid for Zachary Beck, but turned out she was an ATF agent. You know what I'm saying? Which for those who don't know, they're basically like Interpol. Like they're like they're like
spies.
Yeah, they're spies and whatnot. But they're like international. They're like international spies or whatever. But not international spies, but they kind of traverse that line between Interpol and like CIA or whatever. But like, it turns out that she was part of that, and then she ended up dying. You know what I'm saying? So like, people again, innocent people get caught in the crossfires, bro. They do. They most definitely do. And so and that's what I liked about this series. And just like the other series, just like the other previous seasons, especially the second one, I felt like this season had a lot of heart to it, a lot of personal moments. A lot of good character building and whatnot. I'll say less on like Reacher's stuff, because I think the first two seasons kind of established Reacher's personal connections. That of course he did have the whole Dominique thing in this one, but like the second season, the second season or whatever, they explored his team, like the team that him and Neely used to be part of.
Yeah.
The 110. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, he's basically a living legend in his own squad.
Yeah, and then also in the first season, I won't tell you how he dies. But his brother Jack, not his brother Jack, his brother Joe dies.
No,
but they tell you that in the first episode. So you in the first two seasons you get Reacher's like mostly like personal backstory. This one is personal too, but it wasn't as personal as the other ones because well no I can't actually no I can't even say that. But what I'm saying is that like they like because like I said this one was personal as well. Like I mean all of Reacher's missions are personal.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, they're all personal, but I felt like the first two seasons they you got a sense of who Reacher was. Like, because when you say like okay, like the a whole 110 thing, he was a legend. Yeah, they explore that like most definitely in season two. Why he gets his legendary status or whatever like that. So here you kind of have a full a fully developed Reacher by season three. So the only real plot thread that he has is the whole Dominique thing. You know what I'm saying?
See, they had to make him a new plot, basically.
Yeah, but I still feel like this. I feel like this season still had a lot of heart. Like I felt bad for Zachary Beck because while he was a shitty dude, he loved his son.
Yeah, he did all this for his son.
Right, and then also Teresa, not well, Susan McDuffie. Like she's a hard ass.
But she gets results good. Though.
Yeah, no, she's a hard ass, but she's a hard ass with a heart of gold. You know what I'm saying? Because
the classic trope.
Because and in a way she's kind of like Reacher because her mission is personal too. You know what I'm saying? And then of course I like the relationship between her and the old Spanish dude because it was like a father and daughter type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then of course,
so at the end they both get kind of fired from the.
Yeah, that was to be expected. You know what I'm saying? Because but what they did was illegal.
The old Hispanic guy, he kind of just retired though.
So he retired, so he was already on his way out anyway.
The last mission, here we go.
But like I just know that like I love their relationship. It was a father daughter type of thing, and then also the agent dude that died.
He was remembered.
Yeah, I felt for him because he was a dude. He was a young, earnest dude. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do right. Yep. And while Duffy was a hard ass on him, she cared for him.
That's you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she didn't want him to die.
Yeah, she looked at him as a little brother. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like they were like a family. You know what I'm saying? Like they were a family. And so when one of them got really hurt or one of them died, you really feel for them. So and that's what I'm saying. Like it reminded me of season two because I mean they all got heart. Like season two had a lot of heart because what you call it, you get to see Reacher spend time with his 110th gang once again. You know what I'm saying? And you really see how much they weren't just like a team; they were family.
Yeah.
And I felt like in this one, maybe not so Reacher to them, but like amongst the federal agents, they felt like a family. You know, and I like seeing that. And so I was just like, I wasn't sure like which of the personal I liked because I like both of them. You know what I'm saying? But I do think I now that I'm talking more about it, I feel like the second season had a little bit more heart. You know what I'm saying? Just because I think also because there was also just a lot more character backstories. So, but I do like this I like this season more just because we get to finally see Jack in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
So.
All right, but then anything else you gotta say before we close out the video?
Oh, I said a lot. So.
I know you talked the whole goddamn time. You said everything I want to say. So all to say, I enjoyed it. My first step into Reacher. I thought it was very good, very fast, very action paced. Very I was entertained honestly. So I can't wait. But I think next season, if there is a fourth season, will be the last season. Because once you can't grow more personality wise as a person, as a character, you gotta end the series before it gets too bad.
I think 5 seasons should be like for any show. That should be like the max. You know what I'm saying? I always go with the Breaking Bad format. You know what I'm saying? 5 good seasons is good. You know, once you start getting past 5, then that's when you start to have varying degrees of quality, like Smallville. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, he went there.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah, hey, let us know what you guys think. Leave in the comments. Did you like Reacher? Are you excited for Reacher? The new season of Reacher? Did you hate this season? Are you impressed by Paulie's massive height? 7'2", ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
he's a Dutch bodybuilder.
Yes, he's a true 7-footer. He has Instagram videos where he cosplays as Kratos.
Nice.
You know, Kratos, he's a big dude, but he ain't 7 feet though.
Yeah. Again, his name's Oliver Richters. Richters. So
I think it's Richter's.
Yeah, but
Richter's or something like that. He was also in the Indiana Jones movie, the new one, Dial of Destiny.
Really?
Yeah, he played like a hench. Well, he played a henchman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very big one. Yeah. So again, let us know you guys in the comments, and don't forget to look at to watch Reacher on Amazon Plus.
Is this gonna make you want to watch season 1 and 2?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, just I won't have the time to watch it. Yeah.
It's a really good show, man. And also, thank you so much for your support on episode 1 review of Reacher. We were about to get to 1,000 views.
Yeah. So wow. So hopefully this one gets 1,000 views too.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, Reacher, it's a very popular show, #1 on Amazon. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but dude, I see no marketing whatsoever.
Well,
I mean that's saying big. I mean
the fact that it doesn't really get that much marketing, and yet it's people love that shit. Lets you know.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
it has its fans.
Yeah, it definitely has its fans. I'm a fan.
All right. Without further ado,
I'm a fan.
Don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll see you all next time. All right.